What if I told you that the story of the 300 Spartans didn't actually end at Thermopylae? Most people know the famous story. King Leonidas and his 300 Spartan warriors stood in a narrow mountain pass and fought against a giant Persian army. It's one of the most famous last stands in history. But here's the surprising part. That battle was only the beginning of the story. About 1 year later, thousands of Spartans returned to the battlefield. This time they didn't come to delay the enemy. They came to finish the war. And by the end of that battle, the Persian army that once looked unstoppable was completely defeated. This is the incredible story of how Sparta and its allies finally defeated Persia at the Battle of Plataea. And it all began with the sacrifice of the 300. In the year 480 BC, the Persian Empire was the most powerful empire in the world. It stretched across huge parts of Asia and the Middle East. Its king, Xerxes, ruled over millions of people. But Xerxes wanted more. He wanted to conquer Greece. So he gathered a massive army and marched toward the small Greek city-states. Many ancient historians said his army had hundreds of thousands of soldiers. Even if those numbers were exaggerated, it was still an enormous force. The Greeks knew they were in danger. One of the first places the Persians tried to pass through was a narrow mountain road called Thermopylae. This is where King Leonidas of Sparta made his famous stand. Leonidas brought 300 Spartan warriors, along with several thousand Greek allies, to block the narrow pass. The plan was simple. Because the road was so narrow, the Persian army couldn't use its huge numbers all at once. For 2 days, the Greeks held their ground. The Spartans fought in their famous phalanx formation, standing shoulder to shoulder with shields and long spears. Wave after wave of Persian soldiers attacked. But they couldn't break the Spartan line. Then something terrible happened. A Greek traitor showed the Persians a hidden path around the mountain. Suddenly, the Spartans were surrounded. Leonidas knew the battle was lost. But instead of running away, he chose to stay. Leonidas and his 300 Spartans fought to the very end so the rest of the Greek army could escape. Every Spartan was killed. But their sacrifice gave Greece something very important. Time. Time for the Greek cities to prepare for the war that was coming. After Thermopylae, the Persian army marched deeper into Greece. They captured the city of Athens and burned it to the ground. Many people believed Greece was finished. Some Greek cities even thought about surrendering to Persia. But something incredible happened. The Greek cities decided to work together. Normally, cities like Athens and Sparta were rivals. They often argued or even fought each other. But now they realized something important. If they didn't unite, Persia would conquer all of them. So they formed a powerful alliance called the Hellenic League. Cities from across Greece joined the alliance and prepared to fight back. Sparta, famous for its powerful soldiers, was chosen to lead the Greek army on land. And this time, Sparta didn't send just a few warriors. They sent a huge force. Around 10,000 Spartan soldiers marched to war. These were not ordinary soldiers. Spartan boys trained for war from the time they were young children. Their entire society was built around becoming strong and disciplined warriors. But the Spartans weren't alone. Soldiers from Athens, Corinth, Megara, and many other Greek cities joined them. Soon the Greek army grew to nearly 100,000 soldiers. It was the largest Greek army ever assembled. Their leader was a Spartan general named Pausanias. His mission was clear: stop the Persian invasion forever. Around this time, the Greeks had already won an important victory at sea. In a battle called Salamis, the Greek navy tricked the Persian fleet and destroyed many of its ships. This defeat shocked the Persian king Xerxes. He decided to return home to Persia. But the war was not over yet. Xerxes left behind a powerful army in Greece led by one of his best generals named Mardonius. Mardonius believed he could still defeat the Greeks. Instead of attacking right away, he tried something different first. He offered peace to the Athenians. He promised them wealth, power, and safety if they would stop fighting and join Persia. But the Athenians refused. They chose to stand with the rest of Greece. Furious, Mardonius marched his army forward again. The two sides finally met near a small town called Plataea in the year 479 BC. But the battle did not begin immediately. For many days, both armies watched each other carefully. The Persians had some advantages. They had many cavalry soldiers on horses and thousands of archers who could shoot arrows from far away. The Greeks had a different advantage. They had hoplites, heavily armored soldiers carrying large shields, long spears, and bronze helmets. These hoplites fought in the powerful phalanx formation. When soldiers stood close together in a phalanx, their shields formed a strong wall and their spears pointed forward like a forest of sharp sticks. In close combat, this formation was extremely hard to break. The Persian general knew this. So he tried to weaken the Greek army first. Persian cavalry soldiers began attacking Greek supply routes. They blocked food deliveries and damaged water sources. The Greek commanders realized they needed to move to a better position. So they decided to move the army during the night. But moving a huge army in the dark can be confusing. Some units moved too slowly. Others got lost. By the time morning arrived, the Greek army looked scattered and disorganized. When Mardonius saw this, he thought the Greeks were retreating. He believed the enemy was running away. So he made a bold decision. He ordered his army to attack immediately. But the Greeks were not running away. And the Spartans were ready. When the Persian soldiers rushed forward, they ran straight into the Spartan battle line. Thousands of Spartan warriors stood shoulder to shoulder with shields locked together. Their spears pointed forward. When the two armies collided, the fighting was intense. The Persian soldiers were brave fighters. But many of them wore lighter armor and used shorter weapons. The Spartans had heavy shields, strong armor, and longer spears. This gave them an advantage in close fighting. Slowly, the Spartan line pushed forward. The battle raged across the battlefield. Then the most important moment happened. During the fighting, General Mardonius was killed. When news spread that their leader was dead, the Persian soldiers began to panic. Without their general, the army lost its direction. Some Persian soldiers tried to retreat back to their camp. Others simply ran from the battlefield. But the Greek army kept advancing. The Spartans and their allies attacked the Persian camp and broke through its defenses. The battle quickly turned into a complete defeat for the Persian army. Thousands of Persian soldiers were killed or captured. The rest fled from Greece. The Battle of Plataea was over. And with it, the Persian invasion of Greece had failed. This victory was incredibly important. After Plataea, Persia never again tried to conquer all of Greece. Greek civilization survived and continued to grow stronger. In the centuries that followed, Greece became famous for its ideas about democracy, philosophy, science, art, and theater. Many of these ideas later influenced the entire world. But none of that might have happened if the Greeks had lost. And that's what makes this story so powerful. The 300 Spartans at Thermopylae may have lost their battle, but their courage inspired all of Greece to stand together. 1 year later, thousands of Spartans and their allies finished the fight at Plataea. In the end, the sacrifice of the 300 helped lead to a victory that changed history. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more amazing history explained in simple and exciting ways, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And if you want to see another unbelievable story from ancient history, check out the next video about how Alexander the Great later defeated the Persian Empire and conquered most of the known world.